we are going to have lesson number 5, and the topic of the lesson is compound nouns or complex nouns. So what are the compound nouns? They are actually the words which have in their structure 2 or 3 words coming together. So first let's see what are the compound nouns themselves. The compound noun as a notion means the word which has more than one word or root in its structure. So for example, when 2 words get together and make a new notion, new word, that is exactly what I'm talking about. The compound noun it is. Let's see a couple examples. Bedroom. Bedroom has 2 words in its structure, bed and room. Bedroom as a word has the meaning of some room, where people get some rest, get to sleep. Dining room. Dining and room. 2 roots make a new notion, which means the special room where people would like usually to get their dinner or lunch, where they gather together to have some snack. Sometimes the 2 roots are linked together, or even 3 roots are linked together with a dash, not like one word. So in this case, they also have different meaning of the initial meaning of each separate root. Let's see a couple examples. Commander-in-chief. Commander-in-chief. 3 words make a new notion. Mother-in-law. Mother-law. In, the preposition in. So 3 words make a new notion. This is a person who is the mother of spouse. So English language has newcomers, the compound words each and every day, because the new notions appear and the new words are necessary. For example, when one or another subject has the features got from 2 different objects, that is usually the new words. We need to remember that day by day we have new things coming in our life, new features, new development, progress results, and so on. So that's why we get new names in English as compound nouns. There are 3 basic types of compound nouns. First type is called open. This is a situation when we have 2 or more parts not linked together but making a new notion. It means that if 2 words come together, they make a new notion but they don't link with each other. This type is called open type of compound words. Hyphenated nouns are those nouns which have different parts of the words written with a dash between them. And the last type is closed type of compound nouns. This is a type when the roots taken from different meaning of the words, different nouns or different other words get together and make one word without any dashes, so they are connected very close. That's why they are called closed. And a couple examples. Fruit juice. Fruit. This is a type of food we have, yes, fleshy, juicy, and juice. This is something we get of fruits. Together, fruit juice make a new notion, but 2 words are separate from each other, though they make a compound word. This is a compound word which is called open type. Greenhouse. Greenhouse includes 2 words, green and house, but they get together, link with each other, 2 roots come together. This type is called closed compound word. And the last example is the example of hyphenated compound word. This is a word like son-in-law. We have 3 words connected with dashes, and that's what we get, the hyphenated compound words. There are examples of compound words which initially were open type and later became, for example, hyphenated type or even closed type. Because first, people just start to use 2 words together to make one notion, but then they get used to use them together and they link with each other, becoming one word, usually like hyphenated type or close type. For example, in American English, the word passerby is written as one word, whereas in Great Britain, it is still hyphenated type of compound word, passer-by. Though both words make the same meaning, the same notion, they belong to different types of compound nouns in different cultures, let's say. They sort of had different way of development, though they are located with the use on the different continents. So, what are the parts of compound nouns taken to make a new word? They can be different parts of speech. Let's see several formulas and several examples of each type. So first type, it's noun plus noun compound words. The examples could be the words like toothbrush, cornfield, bus stop, fir tree, teapot, football, daylight, firefighter, website, policeman, wheeler dealer, shoelace, motorcycle, bedroom. I am sure you can see the roots, the initial roots which make those new compound nouns. But make sure, just look them through again and try to see what are the different roots and what is the meaning of each root which is coming into the structure of those compound nouns. Next formula is noun plus verb, when we have noun coming first and verb as the end of our compound word. So those are words like spot recover, haircut, snowfall, rainfall, airlift. Third formula is noun plus adjective. The examples could be voice over and hanger on. Those words are already more difficult and less widespread in English. That's why make sure you know their translation. Noun plus adjective. They are Attorney General, Battle Royal, Poet Lieutenant. Those were actually the examples of not very widespread compound words, but still you need to know all these words because this is your vocabulary of the course. Look through their meaning, please. Next formula, verb plus noun, when verb is coming first and only then we use a noun. Washing machine, swimming pool, driving license, workman. Here I guess all the words are actually familiar. Adverb plus noun. The examples are the words like onlooker, bystander. Next formula is adjective plus verb. Dry cleaning, public speaking. Oh, I love the notion as public speaking because this is something which is changing your reality, and if you can do public speaking, then you can be very successful in each and every meeting, and this is something to learn and practice. Trust me, every person can become a best speaker ever just by practicing the public speaking techniques. To tell the truth, I'm very bad at speaking in the crowd of people when I'm just talking with not specific topic, but just talking in front of other people. But when I do some performance, like I have some report, yes, and I know who is my audience, who are my listeners, then I guess I am really effective and I can be really effective. And of course, it's easier to work with people, with audience, watching the eyes and faces of people instead of just working in front of the camera as I do now. But still, this is an opportunity for me to share my knowledge with more people. So let's get to our other formulas. Adjective plus noun. Those are words like blackberry, greenhouse, prime minister, high school, red hat, software. And last one we have is adverb plus verb. Output, up turn, overthrow, input. So those 4 words, please look through their meaning because most people don't use them much when they learn English. That's why I give you those words. They're very good for your vocabulary development and for further use in your speech. As I was pronouncing words for you, looking through the list of formulas, I was making a stress on the first root. This is a basic rule about compound nouns. As you see that this is a compound noun, you must make a stress on the very first root. But this is the way not to get confused when you meet different words or a compound word. So, if you know that this is a compound word, you usually need to make a stress on the first root. But if those are 2 different words, you need to make a stress on each of the roots. For example, in the word like greenhouse, we have 2 formulas. First word means the place where we usually grow some plants in colder season or to protect them from some weather conditions. But greenhouse, this is the color of the house painted in green. So the first word correctly will be pronounced as greenhouse, greenhouse. But the second, this is not a word, but those are 2 words used together. One of them is an adjective explaining its owner, let's say, the object possessing its feature. So the second phrase is going to be pronounced as greenhouse, greenhouse. Both words should be stressed in order people could hear and understand whether it's greenhouse or greenhouse. This is all I wanted to tell you about compound or complex noun in English. So I guess if you look through again all the formulas, that will be easier for you to do your practice exercise. And please try to pronounce, speak with me as you hear through the lesson, because that will help you to learn these words. This is your way of memorizing them without learning by heart. Make your brain analyze by pronouncing, speaking with me, and that will work for you. You will remember and you will stack all the words in your memory, and you have a greater range of vocabulary of new words in your head. Thank you for your attention and see you later at the next lesson. Good luck with your practice work.